Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got our celebration playmat along with our little Digimon figure helping us out. This guy comes all the way from like the 90s, I believe it is. He's got this neat little action where he's got a button on his back. You push it and his arms go up. Very simple little gimmick. I had this guy briefly back when he initially came out. I remember that I went off to camp. We got to go to the mall I believe once a week it was, because I was a counselor in training kind of thing at the time, and I picked him up at a store. I don't think he ever made it back home with me. I think he got lost at some point. Maybe someone stole it. Maybe I lost it. I don't know, but he never made it back with me. I found this guy on eBay and picked him up. But they're helping us out because we're going to take a look back at some more Digimon Adventure-esque kind of stuff, following off last week's video. So, if you're a Digimon fan, you've probably seen the TV show. That's a given. And you might have also read some of the manga. I got this one from a friend that works at a comic book shop. And this came in, and he's like, I know who needs this. He saved it for me, and I got to pick this up. But he also recently went looking through his collection of comic books, trying to, cut it down a bit, get rid of some of the chaff that he didn't really want in his collection. And what he found, which I'm not sure how many of you out there have read these, are the Digimon comic books. And these are really cool because if you're not aware, when manga was starting to come out to America, anime came out, they brought it over to America, and they weren't sure how to bring these books over. Because these are books, they're not comic books the same way that these are. So what they ended up doing is, for Inuyasha or other series similar to that, is they would take the mangas, they would chop them up, and so each chapter of these, this one goes up to chapter 7, which is 7 episodes of the show. So this one has the first 7 episodes. And they'd take each one of those, and they would turn those into a comic book. They'd stretch out the images, enlarge them, reverse the order, because we would read it from this side, and they would put that in a comic book. They'd make 7 issues out of that. These are very interesting in the fact that these are not this. I have 12 of these, but the first 7 are not the same as this. This is actually made in America, drawn in America. It's made by Dark Horse Comics. So they use the story, but all these things are original, which you can kind of tell from this picture here. This definitely looks like the movie poster tie. This looks like they made it for America. And the Digimon way up top, they look a little too shiny, a little too, I want to say Disney-esque in their looks. It looks just a little bit off. There are 12 of these, and each one is just the episode, the first 12 episodes. I've read through each of these because I was like, are they any different? Does anything vary from it? Did something change along the way? And there was some stuff where I'm like, oh, that's really weird. And I double checked, specifically, I want to say it was issue 10. I got my notes beside me, and issue 10, which I'll go over. There's some stuff where I'm like, God, they probably changed that. And then I watched the episodes, and I'm like, oh no, they didn't. They didn't change that at all. But yeah, it's got 12 issues. That's all we got, unfortunately. Because I guess it just didn't do well over here. And I mean, it's a lot to come out with one of these when you could just bring the manga over. And I want to say, I checked, and this came out 6 to 8 months after the show did. So it's not even it's coming out with the show. It's coming out far after we have seen the episodes. So I don't know what their exact idea was there. Like, even if this was coming out as the show did, like, maybe they could get the first episode lined up, but then comic books, for you that don't know, normally come out once a month. So it would have fallen behind real fast. But yeah, some of the things that I noticed, I got my notes off to the side, is that in issue 1, Izzy refers to Digimon before they introduce themselves as Digimon, which is weird. I believe they introduced them as Digimon in issue number 2, I want to say. So that was kind of weird. And speaking of issue 2, like, one of the things that Agumon says, which, again, it's like, it might be in the show. Like, I didn't rewatch all the shows. I watched, like, some of them, because, like, it's a lot to go through. But it's like, in order to digivolve, I had to share your energy, which is, like, very weird. Agumon says that. And then Palmon says, thanks for my magical powers, Mimi. Like, I don't see them as magical. Like, that's not what I think of. In issue number 3, Agumon says, Tai, even superheroes need a rest, which, yeah, I do remember that. It's a very weird kind of thing to say. There's also a fun little thing. We're actually going to open this one up, and I'll show you, because there's an art error in it that I thought was funny, because, like, they're, like, minor art errors. Let's see if, I believe it was towards the end of this issue. Yeah, there it is. It's literally way towards the end. But, like, way at the back, they colored Greymon completely incorrect. Like, that is not it at all. That looks more like Virus Metal Greymon. Like, I'm not sure exactly how they got those colors so wrong. Like, maybe they were working with Seadramon and that head, because those look very similar, but, like, it's just very weird that they got the colors that wrong. Something they did at the end of the first 7 issues also is they kind of did this little thing where they go over a blurb with Matt in this one, and his partner. Funny thing is that in issue 1, they go with Tai, of course, and they go over his partner going from Koromon, Agumon, Greymon, and then Metal Greymon. So I'm like, that's really weird. Like, they chose some of them to only go up to Champion, and other ones, they made it all the way to Ultimates. Like, it was, I don't know why they wouldn't be consistent throughout the entire thing, because, again, this came out, like, 8 months later. So we had that information. They just didn't use it, and I'm not sure exactly why. Yeah. Also, kudos to old comic book tape. Like, I don't know what it is, but they, like, resealing them, very easy. Sometimes it's very hard, but most of the time, like, real easy to get back on. In issue number 4, they say, and Sunamon digivolved into Garurumon for match. Sora says that, which, as we know, that is not correct. It is Gabumon. Yeah, we got, I believe that, is that up top? Yeah, they're all up top. All those really high detailed Digimon are up on the top. Let's see, anything else happen in this one? I mean, you got your normal, like, weird Digimon stuff that they say. Maramon's like, you're going to need more than sunscreen to stop me, which, yeah, that tracks. Yeah, they also say that in this one, Izzy says, I knew it, that gear made him crazy. Again, they don't, like, in the comics, they don't go over the gears. Like, they don't learn them for, like, another issue or 2. In issue 5, this one was like, I didn't find anything that was like really crazy about it. So, skipping right along. I don't remember what this is referring to. I just have, you turn him down, he still helps, question mark, exclamation point, and Palmon says that. I want to say that's in reference to the Numamon, I want to say, like, those guys. In issue 7, we have another art error. Let's see if I can find that one super quick. Again, I'm not going to, like, if I was to flip through all these, that would take way too long. So that's why, like, I'm only flipping through certain ones, trying to find stuff. I can't flip through this too fast because these things are very old, and I'm not wanting to accidentally rip the page. It does help that this art error is with the Kakumon, so I know that it's towards the end. There we are. Okay, found it. So, you've got Gomamon, you've got Ikakumon, Joe's on top of him, they're fighting Unimon, and whoop, Ikakumon's got Gomamon's red hair. That's not right. That's definitely an art error. Yeah, and let's see, in the back of this one, like, yeah, it's going over Joe, and see here, it goes from Bukamon, Gomamon, Ikakumon, Zudomon. It shows Zudomon there, so I don't know why they didn't go with Where Garurumon on Matt's. Just kind of very odd stuff. This was also the last issue that they did, the roundup for the kids, because there are only 7 Digidestined at the beginning, so they could only do it for the first 7 issues. After this, they did write in letters. So, like, this one they were saying, like, hey, write to us. And then for the last 3, they actually, like, showed some letters and the artwork. That was super cool. Nothing really happened in issue 8 that I thought was of note to point out. In issue 9, they do something that is, like, very weird. Like, if you've seen the TV show, then you know in the episode number 9, Gabumon has to take his fur off to keep Matt warm, and he's very shy about it. He does not want anyone to see him. On this, however, he comments, hee hee, naked Digimon. Here you go, my friend. And that is not something Gabumon would say. Very weird that they kind of took their own spin with it. In issue 10, there is just this is one of the ones where I'm like, this has got to be wrong. Like, they couldn't have done, but she refers to him as a dessert, like that there's mousse and stuff like that. I'm like, that's clearly poop. Like, did they change it just for this? No, I rewatched the episode. They did not. She maybe refers to it as mousse and dessert in the show. And again, like you can see from this face, it's that very American trying to copy anime look going on there. Nothing really happened in issue 11 that I saw that was weird. In issue 12, what do I have in my notes? Yeah, so in this one, the only note that I have is, like, Patamon is upset that he can't Digivolve, which, yes, that is a thing that happened in the show. But the other thing that I have is that, we'll open up this one too, so I can just kind of show you. Because I believe they knew that they were not getting more issues, but they were trying to be coy about it with the readers. Which is weird, because if you know you're not getting more issues, like, you could ask the readers, like, hey, pick these things up, maybe we'll get more. Maybe that's what they were trying to do. Let's see. Is it that page? Maybe it is. So yeah, this is like one of the ones where it's like Mailmon shows off some of the artwork that people did, which is really cool. And I want to say somewhere on here, maybe not. Like I remember, there it is. It's down there. Look for more Digimon comics wherever comics are sold. So it's not saying like, hey, next issue stuff's going to happen. It's saying look for more of the Digimon comics, which I believe is their kind of like sly way of being like, oh yeah, no, we're not getting more. Buy the rest of them. So that was kind of like what I think was going on there. But yeah, these were super interesting to read through. I had a lot of fun reading them, seeing some of the stuff, finding some errors, whether they be the art errors or it was dialogue errors or just some of the weird stuff, because it's different seeing it on a television than it is reading it. My honest opinion is if you can't find these, you're not missing too much. Like, it was a neat little oddity. I'm glad to have these in my collection. I believe, like, because, like, I've seen, like, partial collections. Like, after I got these, like, looking at them, a partial collection was, like, somewhere around, like, the $50 mark. So, for my friend to just be like, hey, these are my collection. I don't want them. Here you go. Totally cool. Very neat. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these. If you've read them. Like, if you have, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear that. Before we head out, as we always do, we got to open up a pack. And I've got this box promotion pack from Infernal Ascension. Looks like we get a couple different rookies or babies in there. So let's get it open. I don't like that they don't put which ones come in here anymore. Oh, we got a baby. Just because I like reading them and being like, I like that one. That one wouldn't be too great. And we got Sakutomon. Inherited effect, your turn once per turn. When an effect places a card with the legendary arms trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. That's only once per turn, so it's meh. But yeah, super cool to get it. I'll have to see if this one is in my Ragdollordramon deck. Maybe swap it in from something else. But there we go. As always, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys have, if you started out with the TV show, if you've read the manga, or if you have read the comics. If you've read the comics, let me know. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts were about that. As always, if you enjoyed the video, give it a good old thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. The algorithm loves it. We upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.